Hello dear chess lovers, dear chess mood family, GM is here with you. Welcome to the course Crushing D4 Sidelines. Nowadays there are more and more chess players who hate theory or are lazy to learn it and play some sidelines which are very easy to do. But because it is sideline, the word sideline speaks for itself. It is not the main line, so there is something wrong with it. Otherwise, it would be the main line, right? So during my professional career as a chess player and as a coach, me and my students fought against sidelines all the time. And in this course I will share with you all the best ways against each sideline and will explain all the ideas and variations step by step so you get minimum equal positions from the opening. And very often we will try to take the initiative as well. We will explore d4, knight f6, bishop g5, Trampowski line. We'll go to a London system with bishop f4 or with knight f3, g6, bishop f4. We'll explore here bishop g5 move when white plays passive like e3, c3, or play d4, knight f6, c4, and then some passive move. So the first course that I offer you to play for black is Bengo Gambit. So many players plays here some e3 or taking dc5. So in this course we will explore everything that is a sideline. So prepare your teeth, fasten your seatbelts, we go. Nowadays there are more and more chess players who hate theory or are lazy to learn it and play some sidelines which are very easy to do. But because it is sideline, the word sideline speaks for itself. It is not the main line, so there is something wrong with it. Otherwise, it would be the main line, right? Welcome to the section Trampowski line. This is a very tricky line and it was one of my favorite lines for white when I was playing professional chess. In this section I will teach you how to play against Trampowski for black and will show you the most unpleasant line because of what I stopped to playing Trampowski for white. But before moving forward, let me to tell you a bit about ideas of this line. We found out pluses and minuses of this bishop g5 move and then we built our strategy against it. So with bishop g5, the first thing white wants to accomplish is to take bishop f6 and crush our pawn structures. Whether we take, if we take after bishop f6, gf6, then our king, it will be very dangerous for him to go to short castle. And if we take ef6, then our central pawns goes to the bit of corner, and then we are having some problems in the center. So with the bishop g5 they also play somehow against e6 move. Like after e6 there is e4 move. So because of this spin they try to get the center immediately. Another idea after e6 they want to play knight d2. So knight d2, then e3, knight f3, or sometimes even, especially when we go d5, playing somewhere e3, e4, c3, and then knight f3. So getting some stonewall positions, but with bishop on g5 already. So bishop g5 developing at first bishop and then trying to crush our pawn structure or develop their other pieces. The minus of bishop g5 move. First minus is that usually when we play the opening, the first thing we wish to do, of course, we fight for the center. But the best pieces that fight for the center, yeah, after we play usually this d4 and d4 moves, are knights. Because knights are better fighting for this four most important squares, yeah? So knight from c3 is fighting for e4 and d5 squares, knight from f3 fight for e5 and d4 squares. So usually at first we bring to the game our knights. So for example bishop g5, it immediately allows us knight e4 move. Knight e4 we attack g5 bishop, so bishop should go back, bishop h4 and f4, and so we can go c5 or d5, yeah. So opponent bishop did two moves. This is one of the minuses. Okay, white also want to play some bishop h4 and bishop f4, and then try with f3, e4. So with f3 we should go back with knight, f3, e4, take the center. One of the minuses of bishop g5 move is that it's weakening b2 pawn, especially whenever we move c5 pawn, c5, or sometimes even c6. Yeah, with queen b6 it's very unpleasant attack on b2 pawn for white. And another minus, like most important minus with bishop g5, bishop f6 idea, is that yeah, they crush our pawn structure, but they give us two bishops, which is very important thing. So after bishop g5, I had big analysis here. After knight e4, e6, c5, all moves, and after knight e4, bishop f4. Okay, I will put it here. Knight e4, bishop f4. There is a d5 move, big move. There is f3, knight f6, e4, pawn sacrifice line, take knight c3. This line I have played against Sutovsky. Bishop f4, d5. There is also some e3 move. e3 is then trying to play bishop d3, knight d2. So trying to use the tempo that our knight is on e4. After bishop g5, knight e4, bishop f4, c5 is a very big line. c5, f3, there is knight f6, move back d5, and some queen b6. As we talk, b2 pawn is beginning to be weak. There is, after f3, queen a5, check at first, c3, and then knight f6. So there are lots of lines. But after bishop g5, I played this line a lot. Then in 2011, yeah, it's already 8 years ago, I played Aeroflot Open, very strong tournament. It was 2,500 plus players, all grandmasters. So I played bishop g5 line 3 games. And it was my last tournament that I played bishop g5. And I stopped bishop g5 because of d5 move. I found out that after d5, bishop f6, ef6, here we crush opponent pawn structure. But this two bishop advantage, it's more than compensating this crushing pawn structure. Another thing is that here is our double pawn. Pawns on f7 and f6, but very often this 4 pawns is getting some attack against opponent king, especially when somewhere we develop our bishop to g2 and g3, bishop g2, some e3, knight e2, and go castle. Yeah, these pawns are starting some unpleasant attack with h5, f5, knight is coming to f6. This we'll watch in the course. So after bishop g5, I found out that the most unpleasant move is d5. And of course, this I will teach you to play against Trampovsky for black. So at first, after d5, we will check what's happening after bishop f6, ef6 line. There are a few ways to play for white. And then after d5, we will look some moves where white don't take bishop f6 and do some other. So let's go one more time. Welcome to Trampovsky section. We go.